If you're a savvy individual looking to buy a home, you can make the move and buy at Horizon Green Village, a smart housing project set in a gated and service community in Silverest Extension. The Horizon Green Village is 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 1.5 kilometers from the Greatest Road. Anchored on sustainability and clean living, the Green Village has on offer attractive packages of bare plots, bed sitters, 1, 2 and 3 bedroom houses with options to phase development. So, if you need a clean place to live affordably, the Green Village is your best bait. Take advantage of the massive early bird promotions and get the best deal on the market. Call us on 260-211-269275 or 0979-888970. Email greenvillage@thehorizonproperties.com. Like Horizon Green Village on Facebook.
It's 18:32. Welcome to another episode of Horizon Properties, a property focus right here on Hot FM. And of course, I'm your host, Nono Zaza. Now, this evening on the program, we are talking about mid-year property market review and expectations of the last 2 quarters of 2021. Joining me in the studio this evening is Dr. Saul Kiwempindi, who is the CEO from Horizon Properties Limited. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the program.
Good evening, listeners.
And I'm also joined by Mr. David Peary, who is a senior sales and lettings rep, also from Horizon Properties. Mr. Peary, good evening to you, and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Nono. Good evening, listeners. Thank you.
Okay. Now, before we get to the nitty-gritty of what we're talking about this evening, maybe Mr. Peary, you would like to give us a recap of what we spoke about in the last program right here.
Thank you very much. The last time we were here, we were with the operations director, where she extensively spoke about the competition on the market, health competition of land development or goods and service providing. I remember you asked her a question that how does competition create advantages on the market? Mm-hmm. She highlighted in one of those questions to say competition always creates advantages for buyers because it gives buyers a choice and it pushes the providers of goods and services to improve on the products and services that they are offering so that they can gain advantage on their competitors. She highlighted some of those advantages, and she also spoke about the vision of the Horizon Green Village, which is one of the products that we have on the market as we anticipate this healthy competition. Mm-hmm. And in highlighting the vision for the Green Village, she mentioned to say the vision for the Green Village is to establish an environmentally sustainable uniform community of private home built on purchased plots which the property owners will coexist with the environment in a friendly manner without depriving the future generation of natural resources within the village. She also highlighted how we intend to achieve this vision, how it's going to be upheld. She mentioned that the community of the Horizon Green Village shall be organized in an association being called the Horizon Green Village Homeowners Association. The association shall be the custodian of the vision of the developer, and it will provide all the property owners in the village and the members, all the residents, to subscribe to the environment sustainability laws that will be put in place. And I remember she highlighted some of those laws that people will follow in the constitution of the Homeowners Association. We equally talked about the products that we have on the market as Horizon Properties and the Horizon Green Village.
Indeed. Thanks so much, Mr. Peary, for that. I'd like to now introduce Dr. Kiwempindi. I know it's been some time since you came on this program, but it's definitely good to see you back in the studio once again.
No, thank you very much. We are back. I'm back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, let me begin with you, Doctor. How has been the property outlook in the last 2 quarters of 2021?
Okay, first and foremost, in Zambia, the information relating to property market is not easily available, and therefore it becomes very challenging for individuals and companies to make grounded decisions relating to property. Mm-hmm. So that's why we come and we highlight and update the public on issues relating to the property market. So before I get into the outlook itself, I would like to look at like the beginning of the last quarter of 2020. The property market had a lot of challenges associated with COVID-19, the pandemic. That time you find that the shopping malls are closed. There are interventions which are instituted by the government through the Ministry of Health to curb the spread of the pandemic, the disease, and no movement, no going to shopping malls. So it impacted very much on the property market. There were lockdowns in borders, no importation of raw materials, movement of people. Production is in shifts, so that's the challenges the property market was having. But those challenges, they are also compounded by the existing debt, internal and external. So you don't forget, don't remember, before the pandemic you have those challenges. So they got compounded, and this situation slowed down the economy. The economy slowed down. With respect to the outlook of the last two quarters, January to June, I will look at it with respect to some factors which affect the property market. They are numerous. There are many, but I'll look at maybe only or three. I'll look at the interest rate. In February 2021, the Bank of Zambia increased the policy rate from 8.5, from 8 to 8.5. Because the central bank had not increased this policy rate since August 2020. And by the way, before I talk about this policy rate, the policy rate refers to the rate at which commercial banks can borrow from the central bank. So this rate becomes like the benchmark for interest rates. These are some of the mechanisms the central bank uses to achieve, they play around with these instruments to achieve economic objectives. So one of the reasons why they increased in February is that there were some inflation pressures. So they had to now to deal with that. So the implication of that is that lending rates for commercial banks will go up. And when they go up, it means that that is both for the banking and non-banking financial institutions. The lending rates go up. This simply means that to invest in property becomes very expensive, because if you have to borrow. But ordinarily, property commercial investing is borrowing. So all the commercial properties you see, they have borrowed. So that's how interest rate can affect property investment. Yes. So that is on the rate, interest rate. The other factor, what it means if the rate go up, the property prices may go up because you are borrowing at high cost. So you move as an investor, or developer, you move that cost to the property, or to the find that the rentals will go up, the sales price will go up because the cost of money has gone up. So and also in this, the implication here, the affinity to borrow go down. So it means the housing units go down. So that is the implication to do with interest rate. It may not affect an individual, because most individuals in Zambia, individual developers, housing, you develop your house, you don't borrow. Some people build bit by bit, from and so on. So you may not be affected. But if you are to borrow, definitely the increase in the policy rate you affect you, because the cost of money goes up. So you are building at a high cost. So that's the one issue. Now inflation. when you go to inflation, these are some of the major factors that affect the property market. Inflation. Inflation, like in July 2021, remained at 24.6 as it was in June. So between June and July, there was stability in inflation, though high. But if you isolate the inflation rate for the property main group, it was about 21.6. 21.6. It went up by 21.6. That's from July 2020 to July 2021. The inflation with respect to the housing, it went up by 21.6%. In other words, the cost of material, cost of building went up by that much. So because and that affects the cost of building. Yeah. So that is how some of these terminologies, the numbers, inflation. Inflation is the rate of change of prices. So it means that the price went up from July 2020 to July 2021. The cost of price, the rate of change of prices increased by 21%. So if you are buying at $1, one kwacha, it means from July 2020 to July 2021, where you are spending one kwacha, you are going to spend it 21.6. That is a simple interpretation. So that's how the property market was affected, because the cost of putting housing units on the market, that's how it was affected. So in comparison, because in July 2020, the rate had changed up to about 15.8. Now in the inflation rate, the inflation in July 2020, it was 15.8%. That's general inflation. Now in July 2021, it is about 24.6. So that's how the prices increased in general. But I've already isolated how the property market was affected differently. So it was the cost of building went up. You know about how the kwacha got devalued against major convertible currencies,
especially the dollar.
Yes. So you find that most of the materials, especially for the finishing, are imported. So it means that the price went up. The kwacha was devalued because of importation. They have to buy. You need more kwacha to buy less dollars. So that's how inflation affected the property market.
That's a big increase there, because I've seen from July 2020 15.8 to July 2021 24.26.
Yes,
that's a huge gap.
Yes, that's why I was saying that. The increased the pressures, the inflation pressures, caused the increment of the policy rate from 8 to 8.5. So there was that pressure to try to stabilize, to curb the inflation.
All right.
Yes.
Now, still talking about the policy rate, let's look at the effects. What is the effect of increasing the policy rate by the Bank of Zambia?
I've alluded to that issue, but I may also emphasize that what happens, it means that when they increase the policy rate, it means that the cost of money will go up. It's going up because that's the benchmark. That's how much. That's the benchmark rate. So it means that property prices. I want to interpret it into terms of property. The property prices may go up. It's not a must. May go up because there are other factors. Rentals may go up because you are building at a high cost. So it means you are building at high cost. So you have to factor in those the inputs, how much the cost of money, and then the rentals will go up. So because the cost of money is high. People the people's ability the affinity to borrow, invest in property will go down. So the housing units will go down. Supply of housing units on the market will go down.
So which means those who can afford will be able to get those spaces, isn't it?
Yes. The fact is that with high interest rates, people are scared to borrow.
That's the thing, because now you're thinking, how am I going to pay back?
Yes.
How do I recoup back quickly?
Yes, because we saw in investment, idea you borrow what you have. If you are borrowing 10,000, you must have it.
Oh yes.
Yes.
There's
That's why when you have money, the lenders follow you, because they know you have the money which you want, which they want to lend you. You have it, so they are sure that you will pay back. So you borrow what you have.
But you also have you need to have reassurance that you'll be able to pay back.
The interpretation of you borrow what you have is that before you borrow, you should be 150% sure that you will pay back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. If you just tuned in, you're listening to Property Focus, Bridge UKDC of Horizon Properties. This evening, we're talking about the mid-year property market review and, of course, expectations of the last quarters of 2021. My guest is Dr. Sokyo Mpindi, CEO from Horizon Properties Limited. I also have Mr. David Peavy, also from Horizon Properties. Now, this is a call to clients, and this is a different category of clients. Clients who were offered but have not come forward to execute contracts of sales. Clients who finished paying and executed contracts of sales but have not come forward to proceed with the transfer of rights or change of ownership, as well as clients who have proceeded with a change of ownership but certain documents are missing, for example, NRC copy, as well as clients who have finished paying and submitted all relevant documents but have not received their titles, and clients who for one reason or the other are not getting the expected feedback. You can contact text line or WhatsApp on this number 097 9685892. That is 097 9685892. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the doctor will continue telling us more about the mid-year property market as well as the expectations of the last quarters of 2021. Stay tuned.
If you're a savvy individual looking to buy a home, you can make the move and buy at Horizon Green Village, a smart housing project set in a gated and service community in Silverest Extension. The Horizon Green Village is 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 1.5 kilometers from the Greatest Road. Anchored on sustainability and clean living, the Green Village has on offer attractive packages of bare plots, bed sitters, 1, 2 and 3 bedroom houses with options to phase development. So, if you need a clean place to live affordably, the Green Village is your best bait. Take advantage of the massive early bird promotions and get the best deal on the market. Call us on 260-211-269275 or 0979-888970. Email greenvillage@thehorizonproperties.com. Like Horizon Green Village on Facebook.
1850 is the time. Welcome back to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. Now, Doctor, I am coming back to you, and I think we're talking economics and business language this evening. What happens if the reverse ratio is increased? Maybe you might explain what the reverse ratio may be for someone who might not understand.
Okay, in banking, I'm not a banker, but I understand economics.
Oh yes.
The reserve ratio is refers to a proportion of deposit liabilities that commercial banks are required to keep as cash deposit at the central bank. In this case, Bank of Zambia. There's that amount of money which each bank is required to deposit as cash and keep as cash. So sometimes it's actually a reserve ratio or reserve ratio. So there's a certain amount of money which which commercial banks should keep as cash at the central bank, Bank of Zambia. So these are some of the instruments the central bank uses to play around to these are the monetary policies to be able to stabilize the economy. If they want to remove more, if they want to, for example, let me give an example. If there's too much cash in the economy, they can increase the reserve ratio. So the commercial banks will get the money and take it to the central bank. So it means the money has been removed from the economy. Too much money chasing a few goods because of inflation. They can use this instrument to control the to stabilize the economy in case they make too much cash in the economy. So if my underwriters bring a lot of cash, put cash in the economy, the Reserve Bank can withdraw that money. So because they use this instrument to achieve economic objectives, as I've said. So in this ratio is very important because if it goes up, it means that the commercial banks will not have money to lend. So which means it may dampen the economic activities in the economy. People can't borrow because the money, the reserve ratio, the commercial banks are keeping a lot of money with the Reserve Bank. So there's no money to lend. So the economy gets stifled. So that's how it goes. But in this case, since December 23rd, 2019, the reserve ratio was just moved from 5% to 9%, and it has remained like that. This is also shows that it creates stability in the banking sector. So this is very important. So these are some of the issues which affect, because if it goes up, it means that people cannot borrow to invest. That's why about this aspect of the reserve ratio, in that respect, it has been stable, and this creates stability in the banking sector. So these are some of the key issues in the economy that affect the property market. So in this case, there have been, but we should know also that the interest rates in the economy, with respect to the commercial banks, they have remained high. They have remained unsustainable. It's very difficult to borrow. When you borrow, you must be very, very cautious. So this kind of situation dampens the investment, especially by the local investors, because foreign investors, who are mainly commercial investors, they don't borrow from here. And most people who borrowed from here, from commercial banks, I think they have suffered the consequences because there's imbalance. There's a business imbalance to do with the interest rates and the business profitability. Yes.
All right. Now, in one of your programs in May this year, you discussed the length status of the real estate market within the COVID-19 pandemic context with regard to the commercial subsector. What is the situation currently? I know I think we're now used to COVID-19. I think some people are formulating their businesses with COVID-19 in mind. With that said,
yes, that's you're right. People, we are trying to adjust according to the new normal. But you may, as you rightly said, on the 5th of May, 2020, under the topic effects of COVID-19 on the real estate sector in Zambia, under the subtopic rentals, we made a conclusion, and I quote: generally rental rates have remained stable but in the long run, some tenants will have challenges in meeting their rent obligations due to the impact of COVID-19. Now, here, as I look at the property market, I'll just close into shopping malls. We are looking at just look at the commercial subsector. This sector is one which deals with the properties used for business, shopping malls, retail, office space, hotels, and other similar in nature. But here I want to focus on the shopping malls. Yeah, the situation in the shopping malls has changed. shopping malls have been affected negatively. You've been to shopping malls, you've seen the inflow of customers has reduced.
That's true.
Reduced. You go in the queue, you find that the queue, you find only like in a big shopping mall, in a big store, you find that there are only two cashiers.
Oh, yes.
Two people.
Back in the days, you had 11, 12, even 18.
Yes. So most of the
so many queues. A lot of people.
It shows you that the shopping malls have been impacted very seriously and negatively. And in this, with this situation, the rates per square meter have changed. Now they're ranging from 15 square meters, $15 per square meter to 25. But in the past years, before COVID-19, it was ranging from $25 per square meter to 46. And that's why you find that the shopping malls, they are mushrooming. The investors, this was their destination because it was very lucrative. It was very profitable. So, but the situation has changed. That 15 to 25%, that $15 to $25 per square meter, is also, there's room for negotiation. So the investors in this sector have been affected negative. So that's the situation. Visually, we made a survey. We did a survey 2 weeks ago. That's what I'm giving about these figures. But visually, if you go in you can see when you go in the shop, you go and you buy a few things. When you go to the queue, you are only 2 people.
That's true.
You are cashing in 2 people, and we check on the next line. There may be 4 people. How many tellers attending to clients? Maybe 2. In an international supermarket chain store. So you wonder, how are they surviving? Very challenging. Yes.
All right. Okay, there we go. We're going to take a short break. We've got the headlines coming up at 19. And of course, after that, we continue with Mid-Year Property Market Review, expectations of the last 2 quarters of 2021. And of course, Mr. David Peary will come through with some marketing just after 9.
If you're a savvy individual looking to buy a home, you can make the move and buy at Horizon Green Village, a smart housing project set in a gated and service community in Silverest Extension. The Horizon Green Village is 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 1.5 kilometers from the Greatest Road. Anchored on sustainability and clean living, the Green Village has on offer attractive packages of bare plots, bed sitters, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom houses with options to phase development. So, if you need a clean place to live affordably, the Green Village is your best bait. Take advantage of the massive early bird promotions and get the best deal on the market. Call us on 260-211-269275 or 0979-888970. Email greenvillage@thehorizonproperties.com. Like Horizon Green Village on Facebook.
1902 is the time. You're listening to Horizon Properties Property Focus right here on Hot FM. Now, this evening we are talking about the mid-year property market review and expectations of the last 2 quarters of 2021. My guests on the program are Dr. Saul Kiwempindi, who is CEO from Horizon Properties Limited. And of course, I also have Mr. David Peary, who is Senior Sales and Lettings Rep, also from Horizon Properties. Mr. Peary, quickly, the marketing side of things, what's happening at Horizon Properties?
Thank you very much. You see, when you're having a conversation with experts on the program, you may even forget that you've got something to sell.
I know.
Usually my favorite part is to tell the listeners what we have on the market.
Indeed.
I'll tell you, the Horizon Green Village is still going on, and the promotion is still on. In fact, the promotion is beyond the elections. It's ending 31st August. Okay. So the Horizon Green Village has got 4 categories of plots. There's 450 square meters, which is a 20 by 22.5. There's a 600 square meters, which is a 20 by 30. There's a 1,200 square meters, which is a 40 by 30. There's also 900 square meters, which is a 30 by 30. In terms of pricing, the 20 by 22.5, it's only going for 49,500. That is the standard price. The promotional price, 33,500 kwacha. Imagine the difference. The 600 square meters is going for 66,000. It is equally on promotion. The promotional price is 45,000. Imagine the difference. 33,000, 45,000. That's a huge difference. The 900 square meters, which is a 30 by 30, is going for 99,000 kwacha only. The 1,200 square meters, which is a 30 by 40, is going for 132,000 kwacha only. This is what we have as packaged in the Horizon Green Village project. We've got other projects as well. We've got Kafue, we still have plots there. Sizes 20 by 30, the price 55,000 kwacha. We've got Chilanga, sizes 30 by 30, prices 95,000 kwacha only. We've got Makeni West off Mumba Road. This project exciting as well. The sizes are 20 by 30, the price only 90,000 kwacha. We've got Ngwerele project as well. This project is equally exciting. The sizes there are 20 by 30 and the price is only 115,000 kwacha only. We've got another project in 10 miles. This project we're calling it Kandeke project or modern village. This project, the sizes of plots only 20 by 30. The price same as the Kafue modern village, 55,000 kwacha. And I must mention these projects that I've highlighted, they have payment plans where you can make a deposit of for example, 25,000 kwacha, and the balance will give you a payment plan of up to 1 year, 4 months. Okay, so the Horizon Green Village, only 2 sizes are on promotion. These other projects I've mentioned, they've got standard prices as well as standard payment plans. So these are some of the projects that we have on the market.
Thanks so much, Mr. Peary. Now, this is a call to clients and, of course, different category of clients, people who do business with Horizon Properties. Clients who were offered but have not come forward to execute contracts of sales. Clients who finished paying and executed contracts of sales but have not come forward to proceed with the transfer of rights or change of ownership. Clients who have proceeded with a change of ownership but certain documents are missing, for example, NRC copy. Clients who have finished paying and submitted all relevant documents but have not received their titles, as well as clients who for one reason or the other are not getting the expected feedback. You can contact text line or WhatsApp this number 097-968-5892. That is 097-968-5892. Doctor, let's continue talking about this mid-year property review and expectations. Before we took the break, obviously we're talking about these malls and buildings that seemingly now are empty, etc. And I think the question now to you is, how are developers affected by the current tenancy challenges? Because if at all these buildings are turning into white elephants, what happens to the person who built the structures now? What happens going forward?
Okay, the effect is that I think you will be seeing a number of international chain stores that are leaving because I think they can't make the numbers. But the effect is that developers are going to have challenges in meeting their obligations to their financials, and because of this slowed down economic activities in the economy, compounded by the COVID-19 and our other economic challenges. So they are going to have a challenge, and many more international chain stores, they are going to leave. They are going to leave because they won't make it. Because if they're mainly rigid in terms of rentals, because they equate their rentals in dollars, and the tenants are the Zambians who make their money in kwacha, they can't afford. So they have a challenge. Yes, they can't pay. So they can't pay. It's a big challenge.
Okay. Now, is there any opportunities for Zambians in this kind of challenging economic situation? Or maybe are we just saying it's big corporates that are going through this thing?
No, as the international chain stores are going, as Zambians, this is an opportunity. We should now take that gap. Let's fill that gap. Because it's an opportunity to us that we can fill that gap. Let's now increase our capacity and capability of the trading. We can trade to the level to a level where we can create jobs. So it's an opportunity as they go. Thank you. We see you. You came, but we can now take over. Yes, we should take over, but not necessarily in those expensive malls. We can go in our malls. We have our malls, so we can fill in that gap. It's time to increase capability in production and quality of our products, so that we can depend on our products and create jobs.
That's true.
Yes.
Now, we got some expert views on the status of retail market with the case of shopping malls and future prospects. Now, the first one comes from Mr. Chileshe Musonda, who is the managing director from Sherwood Green, and views the market for shopping malls as gravitating towards neighborhood malls rather than centralized malls, with neighborhood malls currently attracting good levels of traffic. Now, he however thinks that strong brands like Manda Hill will remain or will be resilient, but most will likely specialize in high-end goods and international brands of retailers as well as restaurants. And I think I wanted to say something here. I've seen how some of these malls are now specifically being placed in neighborhoods, so that it's easy for people to your house is just there, you just walk and somehow I see the plan there. And I sort of agree with what Mr. Musonda is talking about here, definitely. And also got another expert view from Mr. Chris Mulenga from Platinum Real Estate Views. And he says he views the economy as the most challenged factor to shopping centers. And he says that the Kwacha instability has led to inflation and low sales volumes against high rentals, which are quoted in dollar. And I think this is what the doctor was saying just now. Making your money in Kwacha, but the person you're paying wants their money in dollars. So the ratio there is really strange. Now, he also notes that retail space rental prices have not responded to the performance of the economy, which is quite irregular. All right. Very, very interesting expert views there coming from these two gentlemen.
Yes, these are my fellow property experts. Mr. Chileshe is known to me. Yes, he's right, because as I've just said, we fill in the gap because we have got these our own malls, smaller malls, affordable in terms of rentals. So people, the traders will be moving to those small malls, which are even closer to the residentials.
Oh yes,
and so they will survive. He mentions that the big brands like Amanda Hill, they will survive on international brands. Yes, but the property managers need to be innovative. Otherwise, there are more international brands which are leaving the country currently, according to our survey. So they need to be innovative and rethink their approach to tenancy.
Interesting. Now, from the market point of view, what should we expect in the property market with specific reference to shopping malls? Malls,
I think it's no longer an attractive business. I don't think that there's any investor with this COVID-19 and uncertainty of risks. I don't think there's any investor who will invest more in these mega shopping malls. So when you're investing in shopping malls, mega shopping malls, you have to make sure your numbers are done. Because when I see people putting up 2 big shopping malls in the same place, have they done the survey? Have they calculated how many clients, how many shoppers are remaining in that area? Or they just who gives them the expert knowledge, understanding of setting up a shopping mall? You have 3 shopping malls in Kablonga, same area. Where is the survey? Where do you get the survey? Do you know how many customers are there? How the shopping mall, how many customers they are receiving, how many are remaining? So this is a challenge. But having said that, Zambia, from a survey, foreign investment perceptions, survey findings show that Zambia is still a preferred investment destination, but not in shopping malls.
Not in shopping
not in shopping malls. There are a lot of prejudice which we have, but not in shopping malls. So this is what we should know, that Zambia is still a very attractive investment destination. One of the reasons is what was quoted in that survey is the increased market potential, because we are centralized. Zambia is the central. It's a center of the big market, and peace and security. So those are the key issues which I will bring investors.
Indeed. Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Piri, for people who will listen to this program for the first time and maybe may be interested to come through for business, where can they find you?
Thank you very much. You see, it's important you are giving all this knowledge to the public, and then they are wondering, how do we get more of this information? We've got 3 offices here in Lusaka as Horizon Properties. We've got an office in Kablonga at Kablonga Shopping Complex, shop number 8, Chindo Road. We've got another office in Woodlands Construction, equally on Chindo Road. This office is right opposite Woodlands A Primary School. In town, in the heart of the CBD, we've got an office there as well. In case you can't get to Woodlands or Kablonga, you can come to our town office. Our town office is right behind Lusaka Hotel. In case you fail to come through to our offices, you can call us. Okay, you can call us on 211-260-422. That is our Kablonga office. For our town office, you can call us on 211-226-902. 211-226-902 on our town office. You can equally check our Facebook page, which is Horizon Properties Limited. There's also a dedicated Facebook page to the Green Village project. It's called Horizon Green Village. So you can check Horizon Properties Limited for general inquiries and anything else. But for dedicated services, Horizon Green Village Facebook page. You can equally check our website, which is www.thehorizonproperties.com.
Thank you so much, Mr. Piri. Now, Doctor, your last word on investment in Zambia, and of course the elections that are taking place on the 12th of August 2021.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, on the 12th of August, please wake up early, go and vote. Put someone, elect someone who will give you peace of mind in your property. Make sure the person the person you're electing will give you a peace of mind when you sleep in your house and you know you're safe.
Indeed. Thank you so much. Now, before we wrap up the program, here's a call to clients. Clients were offered but have not come forward to execute contracts of sales. Clients who finished paying and executed contracts of sales but have not come forward to proceed with transfer of rights or change of ownership, as well as clients who have proceeded with a change of ownership but certain documents are missing, for example, NRC copy. Clients who have finished paying and submitted all relevant documents but have not received their titles, as well as clients who for one reason or the other are not getting the expected feedback. You can contact text line or WhatsApp on this number 09796858892. That is 09796858892. And Doctor, I'm going to say thanks so much for coming through and also giving us valuable information with regards to the property market review.
Please vote wisely.
Definitely. Mr. Piri, thank you so much for coming through as well.
Thanks for having us.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Horizon Properties Property Focus. Remember, this program comes every Tuesday, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. And of course, this evening, my guests were Dr. Soko Mpindi, CEO from Horizon Properties Limited, as well as Mr. David Piri, Senior Sales and Lettings Rep, also from Horizon Properties. Until next week for another episode, keep listening to Hot FM.
If you're a savvy individual looking to buy a home, you can make the move and buy at Horizon Green Village, a smart housing project set in a gated and service community in Silverest Extension. The Horizon Green Village is 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 1.5 kilometers from the Greatest Road. Anchored on sustainability and clean living, the Green Village has on offer attractive packages of bare plots, bed sitters, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom houses with options to phase development. So, if you need a clean place to live affordably, the Green Village is your best bait. Take advantage of the massive early bird promotions and get the best deal on the market. Call us on 260-211-5 269275 or 0979 888970. Email greenvillage@thehorizonproperties.com. Like Horizon Green Village on Facebook.